The chances of a woman replacing Ban Ki-moon as the next United Nations Secretary General have received a slight shot in the arm with the late inclusion of a Bulgarian diplomat to the race. Kristalina Georgieva, who's currently a Vice President of the European Commission and its Commissioner for Budget and Human Resources, has made a late entry into the race. This after Bulgaria's government withdrew its support for UNESCO Director General Irina Bokova after lackluster showings in the straw polls.
She's the rather late-than-never candidate, hoping to strengthen the case for both women in the race and for hopes that Eastern Europe could produce the first UN chief in the organization's 71-year history.
I recognize I am a late entry in a hugely important process. I would have much preferred to have come in sooner, especially since transparency and openness have defined my entire career. I pledge to spare no effort in making myself available to you so you can make an informed decision on the merits of my candidacy.
This informal session before the General Assembly allows different groupings and countries to pose questions to the candidates in a transparent process that member states hope will influence the final decision of the Security Council, which happens behind closed doors.
To play a leadership role in the world, the United Nations must demonstrate its own power to reform, to be innovative, to be effective. Its people also must better reflect the world as it is. At the European Commission, I have doubled the number of women in senior positions in 2 years. If I am elected Secretary General, I would do the same in the United Nations as well.
Covering a range of issues: peace and security, the SDGs, and better working relations between the UN and regional organizations like the AU. On Africa, she said she'd work hard to support the region's ability to have a standby capacity to quickly deploy troops to areas where crises emerge and to ensure that financing to support such measures are both predictable and sustainable. Ms. Georgieva faces her first real test come Wednesday this week when the Security Council holds its next straw poll. This will be the first poll in this process so far where different coloured ballots will be used to distinguish the votes of the permanent members of the Council, who of course retain the veto to block any candidacy. Sherman Bryceby's SABC News, New York.